Man, so I am here and I'm about to watch Boog's main course. I think he dropped it yesterday, I believe. So usually his main course is about 35 minutes. It was great because I love watching YouTube videos that are long because I don't have to keep switching off on them, and especially when they're interesting and all that good stuff. So if you haven't subscribed, I'm pretty sure you guys have, but I will link him below. So I'm actually going to pause this as I want to hear it, and I'm not going to be able to hear it if I am hollering at y'all. Alright, so I have had this shot, well, okay, let me take that back. Ever since the Daredevil show came out, I wanted to do a shot with Daredevil, and obviously the community was really receptive to the show, and the show will actually, I just finished it today. I saw the 13th episode today. Great show. Just on the strength of a good, gritty, dark New York-based show where it's pretty violent. It's a really dope show. Daredevil is definitely top 5 superhero for me of all time. One of the first guys I ever, one of those first action figures back in the Secret War days, and that I had. I always liked the suit, and I always liked that he was blind and was able to kind of make the best out of it, or his other senses were heightened, so not necessarily make the best out of it, but he was able to gain some superhuman ability. So anyway, so I wanted to do something, and obviously Nightcrawler is another figure that I got some time back. I don't think I've used him once I don't think I've used him one time in any shots. And so I said, you know what? These are church-based type characters, very religious. So I figured I can put these guys together. After I did the shot, posted it on ACBA, on the like page, as well as on my Instagram and so forth. It hit me that most of my poses is exactly this. It's exactly this. It's one dude punching another dude. I honestly think it just has to do with my discomfort still in posing and just trying to kind of get down certain things and make sure they make sense. And Boog was one of the first people to give me pretty sound advice, where he would say things like, on a punch you want to follow through and you want to exaggerate it. You don't want to make it as as just a straight punch. You want to make it a little more dynamic, and that's what I struggle with at times. Honestly, it's something I need to work on, and it's something I've needed to work on for a long time. But little by little, I have time, and this is still fairly new, a couple of years that I've been in. So, plenty of time. I'll improve. In the meantime, I'll keep enjoying every aspect of it. So, brought out this dial. One of my favorite dials. I still cannot stand the window, though. I actually took like clear paper and just like colored it in marker. It just came out horrible. I need to get like these light, or these they're called gels, and you basically put them on stage lights and they come in different colors, and that's what I need to get. So that's not really cutting it, so I need to kind of revisit that. But I'm still definitely happy after all these months with this dial. It's basically a condemned church, and those pews were made out of balsa wood from scratch, which is a good look for this dial, and dirtied it up. And I think this was one of the first dials that I used the airbrush gun. So this was kind of the latest shot. Finally was able to, man, keeping my cutouts together is not the challenge. The challenge is when you want to pick certain cutouts, and you can't, because you need to spill them all in one place and kind of figure out which one you're looking for. So these are kind of old school albums where you lift the sheet up, and this paper here is kind of sticky, not super sticky, but sticky enough, and you just kind of, it's sticky enough that the adhesive keeps the sheet down. So it's easy enough to even take take the cutouts off for the most part. You can just kind of slide them off the paper just so you don't damage them. And that's pretty easy. So I wanted to get this album for a while. I couldn't find them in stores, man, and I went on eBay, and they were all like 30 bucks, and I said, I ain't paying all 30 bucks for this. Saw this at I want to say it was Michael's, and it was like $8. So I was like, word. So it allows me to kind of, you know, basically put everything together. So it's easy enough to just grab. So I suggest, man, if you into ACBA, I think this is a really good method of keeping keeping your cutouts. And I mean, there's a lot of pages that probably won't fill these out with cutouts, but it's good to have anyway. Starting on Undo Dio, as soon as I'm done recording this, a Captain America training, Avengers Captain America training type of facility. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna create some mats, so that should be real cool. Just to kind of have those blue mats, those classic blue mats that you see in gyms and so forth. So that's gonna be on the floor of that dio, and then I'm gonna have kind of like a little vent up there somewhere. But alright, man, just wanted to update you on this. And again, I always like taking footage that isn't just dio related, but just kind of in the scope of everything that I'm working on. That sometimes just encompasses a few different things. And so I just finished this dio, so I'm just doing a quick little, wanted to do a quick little shot as I'm mailing this out tomorrow. And I'll probably never do another training room again, so I figured I'd get some of the props out and hook up a shot real quick. So what we have here is just some newspaper in the manila folder with just some files in it. A couple books, walkie-talkie, cell phone. We have a bottle of water. And we have some packages and some mail there in the bottom. I got Cap with a towel around his neck. It's actually a piece of like felt, basically. I cut it up, made it look like it was a towel. We have his belt hanging from the locker. You know, real simple. Nothing special in terms of posing. It's just he's kind of holding his towel with one hand, and then on the other hand, because it is in a fist, I just kind of have it pressed up against him. And then I have him looking up at the picture of Peggy. So I put that in his locker as well. And yeah, so just again, this is probably the only shot I'm going to take in this dio. Yes, it's a commission, and it's shipping away to NYC tomorrow. Alright, y'all. Alright, everybody, so just wanted to talk to you guys for a few seconds. I haven't posted a video in a little while, as I have been working on a dio. It's just been taking me forever to work on through various other things in life, and summertime's come in and work and so forth. But I am currently in New Jersey. I have been here since Thursday night. It is now Saturday morning. I'm actually on my way to a studio that has hired me to create they've hired me to create basically a big diorama. It's almost like 4 separate dioramas in one, and that's about as much information that I can give you, as they made me sign basically a waiver, a letter of confidentiality, so I can't really talk in more detail. It's definitely cool, it's exciting, is being in that studio and seeing the energy that's being created. In this studio, they create anything from, I can't kind of give that I can't give that away either, but there's sets, there's props, there's you know, plenty of equipment. They have a woodworking shop in the lower level of one of their studios. So it's been real cool, because I'm working with, actually one of the people I'm working with is from North Carolina, who's here working on a project, working on a side project for the same big project that we're working on. You know, it's funny because a lot of times in life, you know, you don't know what life is going to throw at you when you just go through your journey and you have a good time. And that's what I've tried to live by for the last few years of my life, just kind of taking everything in and appreciating everything as it comes to me. You know, a couple years ago, I've always collected action figures. A couple years ago, I decided that I saw dioramas, I saw people using props, I saw action figure photography, ACBA. So seeing all that definitely made me decide that I want to take those steps to create some of what I was seeing. So the first thing I did is I learned how to make dials. So I got some tutorials. You know, I've said it 100 times. AJ Frost, Bob the Odd, got some tutorials, started making these dials, and you know, here I am a little more than 2 years later, and some companies hiring me and basically putting me up in a hotel for 3 nights and feeding me. They make breakfast and lunch fresh every morning, which is crazy. And so I'm really excited to be here and to be a part of that project. You know, unfortunately, it's something that I can't reveal, and it won't be revealed until the project is over and it's circulated amongst the public. And then once it's out there, I can say, hey, I did that. So that's definitely something to look forward to. That's going to be real exciting. So wanted to share that with you guys. So I'm heading out Saturday. So I was working yesterday from about 8 to almost 6. And it was just a lot of waiting around, not doing much, as we were trying to figure out what the measurements were going to be so they fit into the frame of the camera and into the framework that the company is asking for. So it was a lot of that. It was towards the end, and that I finally got a chance to start cutting up foam and start shaping what this is going to look like. So today's going to be a really long day. I'm heading over there now. I'll probably be there till 7, 8 p.m. Until I finish. Last night I actually was able to go after working there. I was able to go into the city and hang out with Boog, Nelson, Eric was there, Raw, and I know you guys are probably like, who the hell are these people? my New York peoples. But Russell Fuller, Nintendo Ninja, on Instagram is visiting the States from Australia. So he's already been to California. He's been to a bunch of places. He was in Florida recently, so he's been in New York. So I was able to meet Russ and his wife, and that was real cool. It's so interesting when people come together because they love one particular thing, and not only are people coming together, but you know, on a worldwide level. So that was a real cool hangout last night. I got home pretty late. I'm running a little late this morning, but it's cool because I have all of today. After I get out today, I'm coming back to the telly. I'm just probably going to watch movies, hang out. I'm not going to do much. Tomorrow morning, go finish up. I have to be back. I have to be on the road to go back to Boston by 7. No later than 7. I want to try to get out of here by 6:30, 7 o'clock. Yeah, so that's my current adventure. You know, unfortunately, I wish I could give you guys more information. It's real cool, and then once it comes out and once I'm able to talk about it, best believe I'm going to inform you guys. So I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's getting ready for the summer that's coming up. And I will be back shortly with more dials and more stuff. All right, I'm out. Peace.
All right, man. So what I'm trying to capture here is an explosion thrown towards Captain America's way as he was chasing someone. So I was in New York last weekend and was able to pick up those exploding effects, the Tamashi exploding effects. So I wanted to do something, and then I also had the flames from before. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do something where, again, something was exploding. Cap put up his shield, and you know, the flames kind of wrapped around the shield. So that was kind of the main premise. So I was trying to make it look, you know, so that explosion. Cap is pretty strong, so even with an explosion like that, you know, he can get in that position and it'll slide him back, but it won't really necessarily knock him back, I guess, unless it's a very powerful explosion. But anyway, that was the idea. So just trying to come up with different ideas for lighting, and that's a cutout that I received from the homie Michael Wisman, who sent it to me a few weeks ago. A bunch of cool cutouts. So that was that's one of them that I wanted to use, and it just blended in perfectly with the flame effects. I also have just some random, these two are the Tamashi, the exploding and the regular flame, and that's just from another figure. I forgot the name of the figure, but anyway, so that was kind of the idea. That was the goal. So I've taken a bunch of pictures, probably 30 or 40 pictures, and I'm trying to see which one looks the best, so I can put it up. But yeah, so a lot of times, you know, in this particular case, I just wanted that kind of those flames to wrap around Cap's shield. I don't think it's going to come out that great in the picture, kind of the effect I had in mind. But, you know, live and learn. You're trying new things out, and maybe I'll take it from this angle. It'll look a little better. But yes, I just have this dial that I've had for a while. And I like this dial, man. I should do more. I should take more pictures. Then I just put some foam sheets up top because some of the angles we're showing kind of the back wall there. So yeah, you know, these days I don't have as much time as I wish I did to focus on. And it's funny because there's like a continuing trend. I've been saying this for like 2 years, 2+ years, where I just don't have time to pose. And you know, I think at the end of the day, and I've said this too, you give time to what you want to give time to. And when you say you don't have time for something, it's just because you don't want to give time to it. So maybe I just don't want to give time to it. And I swear I've had the same conversation, so forgive me if I've said this before. But yeah, when I get an opportunity, I have a good time with it. I wanted to actually use Figma cap, just because all of the Marvel Legends caps, the back of the shield is not nearly as nice as this one. So if I was gonna take that shot, you were gonna get actually I think I have one right. I thought I did, I don't. But the back of the cap shield for the Marvel Legends just looks horrible. So I'm glad that I still have this Figma that I was trying to sell actually for quite a few months, trying to just get rid of it because I wasn't going to do any more Figma Avengers. So I just decided, you know what, let me get rid of this guy, and nobody took me up on the offer. I think I even brought it down to like $50, and no one wanted it. So cool, I stay with it. Perfect for this particular shot. Again, as you get just the details of the back, and you can see there I used some poster putty or whatever to hold the flames on the shield itself. I know, and I'm out. And it is Monday night, July 6th. It is about almost 10:30 p.m. I'm just watching a little bit of Entourage while working on this display that I've had up for a couple of nights. Put a picture up yesterday on Instagram. It looked a little bit different, and after looking at it for a little bit, I didn't really like it. So I kept it up, and I said, you know, let me work on it tomorrow. I like it. I like the changes that I've made. So the bricks in yesterday's shot, the bricks were more on this side of the figure, which makes no sense. I mean, it could make some sense. There's an explosion, bricks fly anywhere, but I wanted to make it so that the bricks were hitting them or in front of the action figure, so as if the blow up threw the bricks at them. I added this brick on his face with the cutout, again just to make it seem like the brick hit him across the face. Added some flames on his stomach and switched that brick around a little bit. So, you know, the idea was that explosion kind of throwing back the two shield agents. Had to kind of use these to cover the stands. And the angle of the shot that I want to take is going to be something like this. This will be the shot that I take that I'm going to put up on ACBA. Yesterday's picture just went straight on Instagram. I just wanted to take a better picture and put it up on the ACBA page. So once I'm done recording here, I will take the picture, the final picture. I've taken about 15 already, 15 or 20. I'll take another 15 or 20 and just see which one I like best. What I liked about the flame effects combined with the explosion effects is that you put them together, and you know, you can see how there was that explosion and the fire throughout. My cousin Carmelo was actually here today in Boston visiting from Kansas. He's a dial maker as well, a fellow collector, and we were talking about the explosion effects and the fire effects, and you know, we had mentioned this before in ACBA conversations, how, you know, I'm convinced, a bunch of us are convinced that these explosions, these effects were born out of ACBA, because before ACBA there would really be no need for these explosions. Like, what would you do with them? You know what I mean? You know, so you know, we feel that because of ACBA and because of the art behind you know, setting these action figures up and taking pictures and videos, and I think it led to Tamashi, I think is the
the name Bandai, but it led to them creating these, and we're convinced of that. I mean, it'd be great if somebody was like, "Yep, it was ACBA," but real cool to know that because of this, because of these type of setups, now companies are creating, creating effects and extra props and so forth that fit into what we do, on a day-to-day in terms of this form of art. So just wanted to show you guys kind of behind the scenes.